Hello, I'm Jeff Stanley with Standley Handcrafted, and today we're going to be breaking down the cost of candles. I've got a worksheet already kind of worked out, everything split up, and I'm going to go ahead and post that right here, and we're just going to go through it real quick. I get this question a lot. How do you break down the cost of your candles? Just so that you know kind of what to charge and what to go through. So we're going to break that down as easy as possible. I've got everything on here. So we're just going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to go ahead and put it up over here somewhere, and I'm hoping it's big enough so that you can see it. If not, I will have this at the end of the video so that you can download it and look at it. So for right now, I've got another video that shows I went to Candle Science just to price all this stuff out. You can do this at any candle supplier website. The best way to get the lowest cost per candle is going to be a couple different things. For one, you're going to want to buy in bulk. If you're buying it piece by piece, it's going to be a lot more expensive because if you buy just one box of jars, it's going to be pretty expensive. I'm going to put this kitty in the black market and sell it. All right, that cat's free, by the way. Okay, so you want to buy in bulk because you can get a better cost per item if you buy it in bulk. You also want to get, if you can, get everything from the same supplier. That way you can incorporate one shipping cost and apply it to everything. If you go to multiple different websites, which I typically do, I get fragrances from probably about 4 different websites, and it definitely adds up if you don't get it all at the same one. The other one you're going to want to do is find a supplier that's close to you, because if you're on the West Coast and you're ordering from the East Coast, your shipping is, of course, is going to jump up considerably. Also, Texas, for some reason, shipping to and shipping out of Texas is unbelievably expensive. So if you're in Texas, another benefit is if you actually have a supplier near your town, if you can go to a supplier and buy from them, you can eliminate a huge portion of the candle cost with shipping. I don't have that near me. I wish I did. So I order from Candle Science because they happen to be in Reno, which is very close to me. So I've got a video here. It shows exactly what we're doing. I went ahead and bought a full thing of wax, a 60-pound IGI 6006. That's the wax that I use the most. I bought 2 bags of wicks. Goofy cat. I bought 2 bags of wicks, 200 wicks. I bought 2 cases of jars, which is around 120 jars, or not around, it is 120 jars. I bought 1 case of lids, which will cover those 120 jars. And for the fragrance oil, I went ahead and bought more fragrance oil. You'll see here in a bit why I did that. Fragrance oil tends to be the most expensive part of your candle. So if you can order in bulk, from one website, or there are a lot of websites out there. Maple Street is another very good one where they offer flat rate shipping. So if you get 1 bottle of fragrance oil at $18, it's going to be, I believe they're $8 for flat rate shipping. But if you order 20 bottles of fragrance, it's still $8. So that $8 going across 1 bottle as opposed to 20 bottles is going to cut down your shipping costs considerably. And then of course the labels I buy locally, and we'll just go ahead and go right through it. So I'm going to put the sheet up right here. For the first one, you're going to want to break down the wax per ounce. So what I've done is, actually, I'm going to go back to shipping. You can see at the bottom of that sheet, the shipping cost was $101.55. And since we've got 5 different things on here, the wax, the wick, the jar, the lid, and the fragrance oil, you're going to take that $101.55, divide it by 5, which is going to come out to $20.31. And you're going to want to apply that $20.31 across all 5 products so that you get equal cost or equal breakdown per product. So we're going to take the IGI 6006, which is $99.67, add on the $20.31, so you get a total of $119.98. And that's including the shipping and everything. So we're going to go ahead and break that down. 119.98 divided by 60 pounds is $1.99 per pound. And then if you want to take it down further than that, that's going to equal about 13 cents an ounce. Now, I'm using the 8-ounce jelly jars. I typically do that one just because it's so easy. A lot of people use it. You can do this same formula with absolutely everything, not even just candles, but if you're making lotion bars or soaps, this is going to work out the exact same way. I'm going to break it down with the jelly jars because it's so easy. So we're going to take 1 pound of wax. I get 3 jelly jars out of that. So 3 8-ounce jelly jars at $1.99. You're looking at about 67 cents per candle in just the wax. So we're going to go ahead and move over to the wick. Now the wicks, I went ahead and bought 200 of those just because I wanted to break down the cost a little bit more. Because again, we're adding $20.31 to the wicks themselves. If you were to get those separately, you're still going to pay a lot of shipping. It definitely seems like a lot to add to the wicks, but you've got to break this down evenly across everything so that you know your costs. So 200 wicks at $16.60. You add on the $20.31. Divide that total, which I don't have here. I should have it here. When I put this back up, I'll have the actual total in there. Break that down. It's going to come out to about 18 cents per wick. Okay, and then moving on to the jar, you can see $24.11. That's for 2 cases. Each case has 60 jars, so 120 jars. $24.11 plus the $20.31, and then divide that by 120 jars. And again, I don't have the total on this. If you divide that by 120 jars, you're looking at 37 cents per jar. And then, so we're going to move over to the lid. The lids are, you can get them at Candle Science per bag of 12, but if you can order in a larger quantity, you're going to get a better price. So I went ahead and bought a bag, 144 lids at $27.97 plus the $20.31, and then you divide that total by 144 lids, you're going to get 34 cents per lid. Now with the fragrance oil, this is why you want to get as much fragrance oil as possible. I've ordered from websites where I had to get a quick shipment. I ordered 1 bottle for I think right around $19, and then the shipping was another $10. So I paid almost $30 for a 16-ounce bottle of fragrance oil. So the cost on that goes up considerably. So for this one, I went ahead and bought a cinnamon and a Sex on the Beach. Just picked 2 random ones that I use quite a bit. So we're going to look at 4 bottles, and you can see the price in there. The 4 bottles totaled $90.21. You add on the $20.31, and then you're going to want to break that down not by per bottle, but by ounce. So you're getting 64 ounces with those 4 bottles. So you're going to divide that total, the 90.21 plus 20.31, divide that by 64 ounces, and you come out to $1.40 per ounce. Now for the jelly jar, I just went ahead and did the 10%. A lot of people do 8, so you're going to want to factor in the cost of that per ounce. Or some people do 12%. So I just did 10 because it's easy. So if we have 16 ounces of wax, 10% oil, it's going to be 1.6 ounces. So that I'll go back here a second. So we're looking at, if you did 10% in 1 pound of wax, you're looking at 1.6, which is $2.24 per pound of wax. And then you're going to divide that again, because we get, with this example, we get 3 jelly jars out of a pound of wax. So 224 divided by 3, the 3 candles, is 75 cents per candle. So far, that is the most expensive piece in the candle. And then moving over to the label, I get these at Office Depot. They're right around $20, give or take 50 cents or so for tax. I forget what it is. And then for the labels that I use in this one, you get 225 labels. So $20 divided by the 225 labels comes out to about 9 cents per label. And then once we get all that together, you're going to want to put this over in this column here. So we're going to look at the wax, putting everything together. The wax came out to 67 cents. The wick was 18 cents. The jar was 37 cents. The lid was 34 cents. The fragrance oil was 75 cents per candle. And the label was 9 cents, which brings the grand total of one single candle in this example to $2.40. Now, If you jump to another supplier, this is going to be kind of a rough average. If you ordered a few less products, it's going to go up a little bit. It's not going to be a huge. The only way that this price per candle is going to go up is if you buy the wax separately, the wick separately, the lids separately, the fragrance oil. If you buy all that stuff individually, your shipping costs are going to go up considerably, and you can definitely push that to more towards, like, I've seen it up to $4 and $5 if you order something from even like Amazon or something like that. Your cost is going to go up considerably. So you can drive your costs down a lot if you order everything in a larger bulk, depending on the size of your candle business or what you're doing, or if you're just doing it for DIY. That's definitely something you wanted to be conscious of. Now, there are a couple more factors into cost in the candles, which I'm not going over too much here. Your cost to make these, so actually in the kitchen, how much is it costing you per hour? You're going to want to factor in something like that. If you're just doing single pitcher, 3 candles at a time, 6 candles at a time, you're probably going to get, I don't know, 6 to 12 candles per hour. Now, for me, I usually run a double boiler with 3 separate pitchers going at the same time. If I'm doing the exact same scent in the same jars and everything is prepared, I can usually get out probably 50 candles in a 3.5 to 4 hour time period. And then you're going to want to break that down. So if you get 50 candles in 4 hours, you're going to want to break that down. You're going to want to know, how much do you sell them for? How much is your time worth? If you want to factor, this is an area I definitely didn't factor in when I started making candles in the very beginning. I wasn't factoring in my time. I was selling candles mainly to family and friends for like $5 a piece. So selling a candle that cost you $2.40 just in material cost for $5, you're not making a huge profit when you factor in the 4 or 5 hours it took you to make those. And again, there are a lot of other factors that go into this. If you're going back and forth to markets, you want to factor in stuff like that. But for what we're doing right now in just this example, just in material cost, this is a pretty straightforward breakdown of how to get the actual cost of your candles per candle. And then depending on how many you make, you can kind of go off from there. If I missed anything, please let me know. If you have anything that you do that I didn't add in this, please let me know again. I'm going to try to put all this stuff, it depends on if I remember it by the time I start editing. I'm going to try to put all this stuff down in the comments below, or not in the comments, but the video description below, so that you can download it and see for yourself and go through it so you can see exactly what it does. I'm also going to go through here and put the totals back in here, which I forgot. I've got it on the wax one, but I'm going to put it on the rest of them so that you can see the exact breakdown. If I missed anything, please let me know. If you have any questions or comments, please comment below. I answer every single one of them. You can also get in touch with me through the email address that's listed below, or through the website and Instagram and Snapchat. I have people reach out to me on every single one of the platforms, and I always reply back. So that's pretty much it. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe for more, and check us out at standleyhandcrafted.com, Facebook and Instagram at standleyhandcrafted, and we'll see you next time.